by a police dog. He also supposedly pistol-whipped Australian wrestler Bill Dundee. Dundee worked for a rival wrestling promotion, and in 1982, he and Savage got into it outside a restaurant. After Dundee reportedly pulled a gun, Savage disarmed him and fractured his jaw with it. Dundee was on the shelf for several weeks, and Macho Man bragged about it frequently. Dundee denied that Savage pistol-whipped him, alleging that Macho Man sucker punched him. He said Savage had help from 3 other guys and ran away when he saw the gun.
Randy and I had our ups and downs. We weren't the greatest of friends.
In March 1988, Randy Savage won the WWE World title at WrestleMania. By that time, he was widely a beloved hero. But just weeks before his crowning achievement, the Morning Call reported that the soon-to-be champ was being sued for attacking a fan on the street. In May 1986, David Peschel drove home after a wrestling show and saw Savage driving a Mercedes. He stopped Savage at a red light and asked him for an autograph. According to Peschel and eyewitnesses who were in the car, Savage hoisted him into the air and slammed him on the ground, fracturing Peschel's back and bruising his ribs. Then he stood over the injured fan, flexed, and said, "How's that for an autograph, boy?" A policeman noted that the fan was hurt and dazed. Savage denied the accusations, claiming he, at most, pushed Peschel. They settled out of court. At the time of the incident, Macho Man was arguably the most savage villain in the WWE. Per CBS Sports, his character was a heel who infamously crushed Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's throat. As wrestling great Kurt Angle noted, Savage never broke character. He was so consistent that Angle believed the man born Randy Poffo started thinking he was the Macho Man in real life. The often volatile on-screen relationship between Macho Man and his valet, Miss Elizabeth, played by his real-life wife, Elizabeth Hewlett, created some of the most emotional moments in WWE history. When they reunited at WrestleMania 7, fans wept. At the following SummerSlam, Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth tied the knot in front of 20,000 fans during a fictional wedding billed as a match made in heaven. But by then, the couple's real-life union was on its last legs. When the pair married in earnest 7 years earlier in 1984, Savage didn't even want his own family to be there. According to Sports Illustrated, Savage planned on eloping with Elizabeth. But his future mother-in-law refused, so they wed at her house. Savage only invited his parents. Even his brother Lanny wasn't there because he had a wrestling match, and Savage would have been furious if Lanny attended the wedding instead. As Savage's mother Judy explained, he didn't want anybody to know that it was so special to him, so he was quiet about the whole thing. Between matches, Savage was deeply paranoid about people stealing his wife. That made life complicated for George the Animal Steele, who literally tried to steal Elizabeth as part of a storyline feud. Steele told the post-game, "Honestly, Randy was the most jealous man I ever met." Steele wasn't the only wrestler who grappled with Macho Man's insane jealousy. Speaking with Sports Illustrated, Hulk Hogan said Savage would freak out if someone else even looked at Elizabeth. Mean Gene Okerlund called Savage a loose cannon who made a lot of wrestlers uneasy. The person who suffered most was Elizabeth, whom Savage locked in dressing rooms to keep her away from other guys. In 1991, just months after their on-screen characters married, Elizabeth and Savage divorced. Savage dripped with charisma, intensity, and baby oil. The baby oil part didn't sit well with Andre the Giant, who dwarfed Savage and wasn't afraid to throw his weight around in the ring. Savage's brother Lanny said Andre hated baby oil, but Randy wouldn't stop wearing it. He stubbornly said Andre's gimmick is being a giant and mine is baby oil. In HBO's documentary Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan recounts how Andre just beat Randy to death. He pulled Savage's hair and slapped him hard. According to Andre's daughter, Robin Christensen Rusimov, the Giant didn't ravage Savage over baby oil. The real issue, she said, was Savage's use of steroids, which Andre detested. Witnessing the effects of steroids must have been especially frustrating for Andre, whose body grew uncontrollably on its own, causing debilitating health problems.
I'm Ozzie Smith. I played for the Cardinals for 15 years. I retired in 1996. Luckily made it to the Hall of Fame in 2002. And I love Missouri because of the people. I believe the census is important because it means more funding for the community, and Lord knows this is one of the communities, as is across the country, one that could use more funding. The more that we can find out through the census, then hopefully the more people we can help.
According to his brother Lanny, the Macho Man was a real big fan of hip-hop. Savage kept current with slang from the genre and frequently used phrases like "true dat." He tried to flex on the mic himself with the 2003 rap album Be a Man, which is easily the greatest hip-hop composition